Welcome back, gamers. Today I'm going to take a look at Forza Horizon 3, and finally, this has been one of my favorite series of all time. Out of all racing games, Forza Horizon 3 is a really great game to play, and now that it's on the PC, it utilizes DirectX 12. You can take a look at some of the graphic settings that this game comes with. It runs really well. My system is really above recommended specs, so I can definitely run this game. I asked some of my friends who actually own the game also. They said it runs well for them because they meet recommended requirement. The only person who complained about optimization is you, Frank. Frank, my buddy, is below recommended specs, and he tells me, I can't run this game very well, and it doesn't look as good because I have this card and this CPU, so therefore I have optimization issue. This game has optimization issue. Negative score. That's the kind of person Frank is. I don't know how to help you, Frank. I don't know how to help people like you, but that's all I gotta say about Frank. If you don't understand what recommended spec is, then you're gonna end up like Frank, who's gonna whine about optimization for no reason. The game optimization runs really well if you meet the requirements, and that's the most important thing, is to always read recommended requirements. Enough about Frank, let's move on to the graphics of the game. What do I think about the graphics so far? It looks amazing, from the day and night cycle to the rain effects to the water in the game, the dirt roads, everything looks phenomenal. And yes, for many people that's been asking this question, does the game have rear view mirrors or mirrors in the car when you go into cockpit view? There is mirrors in the game, and they work, which is something that is missing from many racing game, and for some odd reason everybody gets really mad about this. But this game does have working mirrors. Oof. I also like the physics in the game. The physics is fantastic due to the weather effects in the game and day and night cycle. The car reacts to it, and when you're driving on dirt or water, you can see all these stuff kick up, and many of the things you crash in this game is also pretty fun to see it fly up in the air. The physics is also quite nice. Another thing I love about this game is the fact that the radio stations are also well done and well chosen out. You'll love some of the beats that this game offers. There's also a real radio station that plays today's hit, but you're gonna have to pay for it after a 14-day trial, or you can even create your own playlist. So lots of options. You can also play this game with a keyboard. It works really fine. You can race with a keyboard. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, you can do it. There's also a lot of controller support, so lots of options here. You can use an Xbox controller or use a PS4 controller. That's right, PS4, PS3 controllers, they all work on this without having a third-party input. As for the map in the game, this time Forza Horizon 3 takes place in the open world of Australia. Well, not all of Australia, but a good chunk of it. And from the looks of it, you have a city on the top right, bottom right, which is close to the coastline. And you also on the left side, you have the outback on the top left. And at the bottom left, you have the rainforest area. Now, there's going to be a lot more DLC that will introduce new zones in here. I can't wait to see what it is. But so far, from the hefty map size, it is quite nice to drive in all these areas. For those of you who've never played a Forza Horizon game, there are tons and tons of activities you can do in this game. You can explore, you can crash into signs, unlock new cars, buy new cars, there's 350 of them. You can tune up your cars, you can paint your cars, you can also enter championships, get involved with all tons of races. There's also really fun bucket challenges that you can do in this game where you race against a train or a helicopter. A lot of fun events. And finally, at the end of the day, even if you've gone through all that, you can also go online and play against other people. There are tons of mini games you can do and tons of races that you can get into, and also at the same time, you can play co-op with a friend. Also, there is a free roaming mode if you want to do that, but the only unfortunate thing about the game is the fact that it only supports 12-player max. Aside from that, guys, the cross-platform play is amazing on this game, and the servers work real well. Sometimes there's a bit of rubber banding, but the only negative thing I have to say about this game is the fact that 12-player seems a little bit low for the online play, and the fact that there are some graphical glitches in the game. But aside from that, this is a really solid racing game that I highly recommend to anyone who loves racing. And it's an arcadey game, yes, but it is a damn fun game. Anyways, that is my review on Forza Horizon 3. If you want to check this game out, check it out on the Windows Store. I'll throw some more gameplay clips of the game for you guys to check out. But other than that, thanks for watching and game on.